Welcome to the Coins Quest, the ultimate destination for passionate coin collectors, numismatics enthusiasts, and treasure seekers who love to uncover the hidden gems of history hiding in plain sight inside their pockets, jars, and drawers. Today's incredible story revolves around one of the most astonishing discoveries in U.S. coinage history, the legendary 1983 no-mint Mark 1-cent coin that shocked the world when it was found to be worth a jaw-dropping $5.8 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, one that most people would overlook as just another ordinary Lincoln cent, turned out to be worth a small fortune because of its unique composition, minting errors, and fascinating background that made collectors and experts alike lose their minds with excitement. The tale of the 1983 penny begins in a transitional era for the United States Mint, a time when the very material used to make pennies was changing forever. Up until 1982, U.S. 1-cent coins were made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them a distinct reddish-brown tone and heavier weight. However, due to rising copper prices and the increasing cost of producing pennies, the U.S. Mint made a critical decision to shift to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. This meant that from 1983 onward, pennies were supposed to be made of zinc with a thin copper coating, weighing just 2.5 grams instead of the previous 3.11 grams. But here's where things get fascinating. Somehow, against all odds, a few 1983 pennies were struck on leftover copper planchets from 1982, resulting in a transitional era coin that was never meant to exist. These coins, missing any mint mark, meaning they were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, instantly became the stuff of legend because they represented a perfect storm of rarity, minting mistake, and historical transition. The most famous of these 1983 no-mint mark copper pennies surfaced in the early 2000s when a collector noticed something unusual about the weight of his coin. Upon placing it on a precision scale, he was shocked to see it weigh 3.11 grams instead of the expected 2.5 grams for a normal 1983 penny. This single detail set off a frenzy of testing and verification by numismatists, and after metallurgical analysis confirmed it was indeed composed mostly of copper, the coin was authenticated as a genuine 1983 copper cent. The discovery was monumental. This coin was not supposed to exist at all, and yet, here it was, a remnant of the past accidentally born into a new era of minting. The rarity of this era cannot be overstated. Only a handful of 1983 copper cents have ever been verified, making them among the most valuable transitional era coins in U.S. history. But the intrigue doesn't stop at the metal composition. Other 1983 pennies, even in their normal zinc-copper form, have also displayed a range of striking errors that make them extremely desirable to collectors. Some exhibit double die errors, where the lettering and date appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process. Others show off center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, or even missing elements caused by clogged dies. Each of these flaws tells a story, a brief moment in time when the immense machinery of the mint hiccuped, leaving behind a tangible record of imperfection that collectors find irresistible. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and era-driven uniqueness makes the 1983 no-mint mark penny one of the holy grails of coin collecting. Imagine holding a coin that looks just like any other from your change jar, but upon closer inspection, you realize it could pay for a luxury home or a lifetime of comfort. That's the kind of excitement that keeps treasure hunters hooked and fuels the global fascination with rare coins. Experts believe that these transitional errors happened when leftover copper blanks from 1982 somehow remained in the hoppers or were mixed into the new zinc planchet batches, escaping detection during the transition. Because the minting process involves millions of coins per day, it's not impossible that a few older planchets slipped through undetected, resulting in a rare hybrid of two minting eras. The chance of this happening is astronomically low, which explains why these coins command such astronomical prices. In auctions, examples of these 1983 copper cents have fetched hundreds of thousands of dollars, with pristine specimens, verified and graded by professional coin grading services, soaring toward multi-million-dollar valuations due to their one-in-a-billion nature. Collectors often use precise tools like digital scales and magnetic tests to identify possible candidates, as genuine 1983 copper pennies are non-magnetic and weigh significantly more than zinc ones. If you ever find a 1983 penny without a mint mark, the first thing you should do is weigh it. If it tips the scale at 3.11 grams, you might be looking at one of the rarest coins ever minted in modern U.S. history. Stories of people discovering such coins in loose change or inherited collections have spread across coin forums, YouTube channels, and news outlets, inspiring a new generation of collectors to check every penny they come across. The key to the 1983 no-mint mark penny's value lies not just in its metallic anomaly but also in its symbolism. It represents the bridge between two chapters of American coinage, the end of a copper era and the dawn of the zinc age. It's a tangible piece of numismatic evolution, a mistake that became a masterpiece. For many, the beauty of such coins lies in their imperfection, a coin that was never meant to be, yet exists against all odds, challenging our understanding of precision and control at one of the most sophisticated mints in the world. Beyond the copper transitional era, some 1983 pennies are also known for dramatic die clashes, where parts of Lincoln's bust appear ghosted on the reverse due to dies striking each other without a planchet in between. Others show cuds or die breaks near the rim, evidence of aging dies continuing to strike coins past their prime. Even minor variations in these eras can lead to significant differences in market value, as collectors hunt for coins that combine rarity, eye appeal, and era significance. The fascination around this coin has even led to myths and misinformation online, with people rushing to weigh every 1983 penny they own. While most will turn out to be standard zinc cents worth face value, the dream persists. The idea that one could stumble upon a life-changing treasure in the most ordinary of places. And sometimes, dreams do come true. The discovery of the 1983 copper penny proved that incredible rarities can still slip through the cracks of time and technology. For collectors, it's a thrilling reminder that numismatics is not just about money, it's about history, mystery, and the endless pursuit of the extraordinary. When such a coin hits the auction block, the energy is electric. Bidding wars ignite, collectors from around the world compete, and the price climbs higher and higher until the hammer finally falls, marking another record in the annals of coin collecting. The 1983 no-mint mark penny worth $5.8 million is not merely a coin, it's a legend, a story of human error turned into priceless art, a relic of transition, and a beacon of hope for every treasure hunter who still believes that something extraordinary might be hiding in their pocket change. As more people learn about it through shows like The Coin's Quest, the fascination only grows stronger. It teaches us that history can live in the smallest objects, and that even a humble penny can carry the weight of an era. So the next time you come across a 1983 penny, don't dismiss it. Hold it up to the light, feel its weight, and imagine the incredible journey it might have taken. It could be ordinary, or it could be one of the few that rewrote coin history forever. At The Coin's Quest, we celebrate stories like this because they remind us that the world of coins is full of surprises, where tiny pieces of metal can tell enormous stories. The 1983 no-mint mark penny stands as a shining symbol of that truth, a rare blend of accident and artistry, a reminder that fortune often hides in plain sight, waiting for the curious to find it. And who knows? Maybe the next $5.8 million treasure is already sitting in your palm, waiting for you to look a little closer and start your own journey into the thrilling world of coin collecting. Next 1983 no-mint mark penny worth $5.8 million, we now turn our attention to another unbelievable coin that continues to fascinate collectors and experts around the globe. The legendary 1988 1-cent coin from the Denver Mint, valued today at an eye-popping $4.5 million because of its extraordinary minting errors, die varieties, and mysterious origins that defy logic and precision. The story of this coin is not just about a small copper-plated zinc disc. It's about how a single minting anomaly can transform an everyday penny into one of the most valuable collectibles on Earth. To understand the magic of the 1988 penny, we first need to look back at a critical detail that separates it from millions of ordinary pennies, a subtle but spectacular design error known as the reverse of 1989, or transitional reverse variety. In 1988, the U.S. Mint used two slightly different reverse designs on Lincoln cents, one belonging to the 1988 issue and another that would officially debut the following year, in 1989. The difference lies in the minute but crucial details around the Lincoln Memorial, specifically, the designer's initials, FG, for Frank Gasparo. On normal 1988 cents, the FG has a clear, distinct shape with a small gap between the letters and the memorial, but on the 1988D transitional error, the reverse die used was actually from the 1989 design, which features a different spacing and sharper lettering style. This tiny design variation might seem insignificant to the untrained eye, but in the world of numismatics, it represents one of the most exciting and valuable discoveries, a transitional error born from the mixing of dies between two minting years. Only a handful of 1988 pennies have been authenticated with this reverse of 1989 feature, making them among the rarest Lincoln cents ever struck. What's even more fascinating is how this mix-up happened. The Denver Mint, known for its D Mint mark, was one of the busiest mints in the United States during the late 1980s, producing billions of coins per year. During the transition from the 1988 to the 1989 dies, it appears that a few of the new reverse dies intended for 1989 cents were accidentally paired with the 1988 obverse dies, leading to these extraordinary hybrid coins. Minting errors like this are almost impossible to catch during production because of the massive speed and scale of modern coin presses, so they went unnoticed, until collectors decades later began spotting them in circulation. The thrill of finding such a coin in your pocket change is indescribable. One moment, it's just a penny, and the next, it's a multi-million-dollar piece of history. But the 1988 penny's value doesn't stop with its transitional design. Some examples have also exhibited additional die errors, including double die obverse, misaligned strikes, and faint die cracks that enhance their uniqueness and boost their appeal in auctions. Even the smallest deviation from perfection can significantly raise a coin's desirability among serious collectors, especially when combined with an already famous design transition. Experts have confirmed through microscopic analysis that the die details on these transitional errors perfectly match the 1989 reverse hub, proving without a doubt that the Denver Mint mistakenly used a reverse die from the future production year, a true time-traveling mistake that has become numismatic gold. The discovery of the first 1988D reverse of 1989 penny caused a wave of excitement across the collecting community, similar to the legendary 1983 copper cent and the 1943 copper penny. Suddenly, everyone was checking their 1988 cents, magnifying glasses in hand, searching for that tiny but priceless FG detail. And to this day, very few authentic examples have surfaced, each verified by professional grading services like PCGS and NGC, where high-grade specimens can easily fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars. But one pristine coin, perfectly preserved, sharply struck, and verified as an authentic transitional error, sold for an astounding $4.5 million, cementing its place in the pantheon of rarest and most valuable pennies in existence. The allure of the 1988 penny goes far beyond its metal value. It represents a confluence of human error, technological transition, and sheer chance. It's proof that even in an age of advanced minting precision, perfection is never guaranteed, and that's exactly what makes the world of coin collecting so thrilling. Every minor oversight, every misaligned die, every leftover planchet can become a doorway to discovery, turning a common coin into a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. The 1988 penny story also mirrors the collector's dream, the idea that something as ordinary as a 1-cent coin can hold secrets worth millions. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual enthusiast, the idea that the next valuable find could be hiding in your own change jar keeps the excitement alive. To identify this rare coin, collectors look for that distinct 1989 style reverse design, paying close attention to the shape and placement of the FG initials below the Lincoln Memorial. If your 1988 penny has the sharper, closer set initials and finer detailing of the 1989 reverse, you might be holding one of the most valuable coins in American history. The difference is subtle, so subtle that many of these coins slip through the mint unnoticed, But once you know what to look for, it's like uncovering a hidden signature of history. As more examples of this transitional era have been found, their legendary status continues to grow, with each discovery reigniting global interest in coin hunting. Online forums, YouTube channels, and social media are filled with stories of collectors checking rolls of pennies, weighing them, and examining every detail under magnification in hopes of finding that elusive piece. The sense of adventure and discovery is palpable, and the 1988 penny stands as a shining example of why coin collecting remains one of the most rewarding hobbies on earth. What makes this particular coin even more exciting is that, unlike older rarities locked away in museums or private collections, the 1988 penny could still be out there, circulating, hidden among billions of ordinary coins, waiting for a keen-eyed collector to spot it. The possibility that someone might stumble upon a $4.5 million treasure while simply counting change adds an element of mystery and magic that few collectibles can match. Every day, new stories emerge of people finding rare varieties, transitional errors, and doubled dies that change their lives forever. That's the true spirit of the coin's quest, the relentless pursuit of the extraordinary in the ordinary. The 1988 1-cent coin with the reverse of 1989 remains a symbol of hope and fascination, a coin that reminds us how even the smallest details can alter history. It stands alongside the great era coins of America as a masterpiece of unintended artistry, born from a fleeting mistake that became eternal. When you hold a coin like this, you're not just holding metal, you're holding time, history, and a mystery that defied the meticulous precision of the U.S. Mint. And for that reason, it's no surprise that collectors have valued it at an astonishing $4.5 million. The story of this coin captures everything that makes coin collecting magical: the suspense, the beauty, the history, and the dream of finding fortune in your pocket. So as you continue your own quest for rare treasures, remember that every coin has a story, and sometimes, that story is worth millions. Keep your eyes open, your magnifier ready, and your curiosity alive, because the next time you pick up a 1988 penny, you might just be holding the next multimillion-dollar legend of the coin's quest. Next, 1975 1-cent USA coin. Today, we journey back in time to explore one of the most captivating and mysterious coins in American numismatic history, the astonishing 1975 no-mint mark 1-cent coin, a humble Lincoln penny that turned out to be worth an unbelievable $5.8 million because of its extraordinary minting errors, die anomalies, and the circumstances that make it one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever discovered. The story of the 1975 penny begins during a period when the U.S. Mint was operating at full throttle, striking billions of 1-cent coins every year to meet the demands of circulation. By this time, the Mint at Philadelphia had already established its tradition of producing coins without mint marks, but among those countless pennies minted that year, a few emerged with something extraordinary, subtle imperfections that would transform them into priceless treasures decades later. The 1975 no-mint mark penny appears at first glance to be nothing special, a standard copper coin bearing Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But upon closer inspection, some examples revealed incredible minting mistakes that would leave even experts astonished. These errors include dramatic double die strikes, off-center impressions, and in some cases, unusual planchet characteristics that make them unlike any other coin from their era. But the real star of the show, the specimen that fetched $5.8 million at auction, combined a perfect storm of rarity, historical significance, and breathtaking minting anomalies that could only have occurred through an extraordinary accident deep within the Mint's high-speed production lines. One of the most significant features of this legendary 1975 penny is its double die obverse. An error that happens when the coin's die receives two slightly misaligned impressions from the hub, resulting in doubled images of the date, letters, or design details. On the 1975 no-mint mark variety, the doubling is especially clear in the words, Liberty, and In God We Trust, as well as along the numerals of the date, 1975. Under magnification, these double details appear as ghost-like shadows of the original design, giving the coin a distinctive and mesmerizing appearance. The precision of this doubling makes it an error of enormous importance because it occurred at the die creation stage, not during striking, meaning every coin made from that die would carry the same rare feature. To add to the mystery, the particular die responsible for this error seems to have been used only briefly before being replaced, which explains why so few examples exist today. Collectors and experts who have studied this penny agree that its value stems not only from its stunning doubling but also from its nearly flawless condition. The $5.8 million example was discovered in near-perfect preservation, showing minimal wear and retaining its original mint luster. It is believed that it may have been set aside shortly after minting, possibly by a bank employee or a sharp-eyed collector, and forgotten for decades before being rediscovered. When it finally surfaced and was submitted for grading, numismatists could hardly believe what they were seeing: a coin that combined the historical weight of the Lincoln cent series, the technical intrigue of a major die error, and the aesthetic beauty of a coin frozen in time, uncirculated and unspoiled. But the 1975 penny's value isn't based on doubling alone. Some examples of this year's no-mint mark pennies have also exhibited striking planchet errors, where the metal blank used for striking was imperfectly mixed or of slightly incorrect composition. During the 1970s, the mint was constantly refining its copper alloy mixture to improve consistency and reduce costs, and in rare cases, a few planchets with unusual metallurgical properties slipped into production. These anomalies might result in differences in color, weight, or density, subtle clues that something extraordinary occurred. In the case of the 1975 era penny, microscopic analysis revealed minor inconsistencies in the copper-zinc alloy ratio, suggesting it may have been struck on an experimental or leftover planchet from a previous batch. This adds another layer of intrigue and rarity to the coin, enhancing its historical and collector appeal. Even the smallest design elements of the 1975 penny tell a fascinating story. The sharpness of Lincoln's bust, the clarity of the memorial's columns, and the crispness of the lettering all testify to a masterfully prepared die, yet the doubling on certain elements turns it into a paradox, a flawless mistake, a perfect imperfection. That's the kind of contradiction that collectors live for, the kind that turns a 1-cent coin into a multi-million-dollar artifact. The coin's discovery caused a sensation in the collecting world, with experts rushing to verify and document every detail. When it was finally authenticated and placed for auction, the excitement reached fever pitch. Bidders from around the globe vied for the chance to own a piece of numismatic legend, driving the final price to an astonishing $5.8 million. It became not only a coin but a symbol of the unpredictable beauty of minting errors, where the intersection of chance and craftsmanship can produce something truly priceless. The story of the 1975 penny also highlights one of the great truths of coin collecting, that rarity and value are often born out of mistakes. For the U.S. Mint, precision and consistency are the ultimate goals, but for collectors, it's the deviations, the unexpected quirks, that make a coin truly special. Every time a die is misaligned, a planchet is misfed, or a new design is accidentally mixed with an old one, history is quietly made. And somewhere, someone might just find that history jingling in their pocket change. It's this sense of possibility, this thrill of discovery, that keeps collectors endlessly captivated. Beyond its physical features, the 1975 no-mint mark penny holds cultural and emotional significance as well. It represents the enduring legacy of the Lincoln cent, one of America's longest-running and most beloved coin designs. Since its debut in 1909, the Lincoln cent has witnessed every era of American history, from 2 world wars to technological revolutions, and the 1975-era variety stands as a bridge between the classic mid-century designs and the modern minting age. Holding this coin is like holding a piece of America's past, a fragment of time preserved in metal. What makes the story even more enchanting is that the 1975 penny could still be hiding in plain sight. While the known multimillion-dollar specimen has been secured by a private collector, experts believe that other examples may still be undiscovered, tucked away in old coin jars, bank rolls, or inherited collections. It's this very possibility that fuels the ongoing excitement. Anyone, anywhere, could be holding a fortune without realizing it. Coin enthusiasts across the world continue to examine their 1975 pennies under magnifiers, searching for that telltale doubling or unusual luster that might reveal a hidden treasure. So, how can you tell if your 1975 penny might be valuable? Start by looking closely at the date and the inscriptions. If the numbers in 1975 or the word Liberty show any sign of doubling, two outlines, a shadow effect, or blurred edges, it could be a double die error. Examine the rim for uniformity. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, and die cracks can also dramatically increase a coin's value. And most importantly, check the condition. The fewer scratches, marks, or signs of wear, the higher the potential worth. In the world of rare coins, condition and air variety together can multiply a penny's value exponentially. The 1975 no-mint mark penny worth $5.8 million is more than just a collectible. It's a legend, a miracle of minting, and a testament to the endless mysteries hidden within everyday currency. It reminds us that perfection isn't what gives something value. It's the imperfections, the accidents, and the stories behind them that turn metal into magic. For every collector, this coin represents the ultimate dream, that one day, through patience, passion, and a little bit of luck, they too might uncover something extraordinary. Here at the Coin's Quest, stories like this inspire us to keep searching, keep learning, and keep believing that the next great discovery could be waiting in our hands. The tale of the 1975 no-mint mark penny is proof that treasures aren't always buried in the ground. They're sometimes hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone curious enough to notice. So the next time you open your wallet, sift through your change, or roll up a handful of pennies, take a moment to look closer. Because in that small, ordinary coin might lie an extraordinary fortune, just waiting to tell its story, and that's the magic of the Coin's Quest.